And a look at the field, it's Brazil 2, Great Britain, Australia, Brazil 1, Ukraine, and Italy.
2 Brazilian crews. Who's going to get close to the Australians, though? That's the story of this race.
Yeah, the world's best time set earlier, was that?
Yeah, 7:12, and they did that in the heats of the World Cup. So there are the second Brazilian crew, Priscila Barreto de Souza and Yario Nathaniel Froelich Klug. Brazil 2, 47 and 39 respectively. Klug was in the Tokyo Olympics in the PR3 mixed cox fours. The 2 multi-boat club rowers from Great Britain, Annie Caddick and Sam Murray, 24 and 32 years of age. In the centre lane, this new Australian double, Nikki Ayres from Capital Lakes Rowing Club in Australian Central Territories, and the South Australian Jed Alschweger from Torrens Rowing Club. The first Brazil crew, can't help but think this is a race-off, Diana Cristina Barcelos de Oliveira, the 35-year-old, and Valendi da Silva Jr. They were in that PR3 mixed cox 4, finished 10th in Tokyo. Ukrainian crew, Stanislav Samyuk and Daria Kotik, who has said the biggest challenge I face is war in my country. And the Italians make up the 6 crews. And we have Elsa Corda from the Muracalo Club and Gian Filippo Mirabili, also from the Miracalo Club. A little bit slow off the start, the Italian double.
Good start for Brazil 1, 38 strokes per minute, leading just by a touch over Ukraine. Then Australia, Great Britain running with them, then just back a bit to the second Brazilian crew out of lane 1 on the far side. Closest to us, as you can see by the numbers indicated on the bow card, so closest to us is lane 6. The Italians just out of the shot, whom we're now riding, though, I believe, with the Ukrainians. But up at the top it is Brazil, and they're looking really solid in this first 500.
Yeah, Australia there, I think, out in front. Early doors. 2 Brazilian crews in this race. So we can see that lane number 5 from Samuelek and Kotik from Ukraine. Over there, the other side of the Australians, it's Caddick and Murray from Great Britain. So there's Australia, not quite in the lead. I did call them in the lead, Colleen. My apologies for that.
I think you said up front, and that's fair to say. Up front.
Barcelos de Oliveira and Da Silva Jr.
Close enough, though. Yeah. Certainly in the leading
They've kind of got
crews.
similar goldy, greeny blades.
Yeah.
And I think I was looking at the blades and thought, oh, that's Australia. But it wasn't. The Australians are in the yellow Empacher at the top of your picture. The Brazilians are in the white Felipe. Great effort from them. 143 through the 500-metre mark. And
well, Australia may well start to lead, because for the first time they do put their bow ahead of Brazil 1 up at the top of the pack. That means both of these 2 crews, this tussle between them is pushing Ukraine a bit further back.
yeah, and if this is a selection race, it is the crew from Brazil 1, Barcelos de Oliveira and Da Silva Jr., who are getting the better of their teammates. And I'd say they've moved on since that 10th place finish in the PR3 mixed cox fours back in the Tokyo Olympics. But this new combination from Australia, they won in Gavirate. They're here training on this lake. And Jed Alschweger, you can see him in the stroke seat there. West Lakes in South Australia is his favourite place to row. he does go around telling his story to Sculls, and through his rehab he lost a foot in an accident. He identified strongly with rowing through his rehab, I guess on the rowing machine, and that's what drew him to the sport. And really good to see him come through into a double that is this quick with Nikki Ayres. Nikki was an active rugby union player. The woman from Australia's Central Territories dislocated her knee and found rowing was her new sport. And they haven't looked back since. There they are leading, Nikki Ayres and Jed Altschwager.
Yeah, we mentioned they set a new world best time in this category earlier in the weekend. I believe on Friday. They crossed the line in 7:12.7. So previous time was 7:28 set back in 2017. So they'll be feeling that momentum surely coming into today's final, and just able to really build momentum, especially over the last 1,000 meters or so. It is Australia decidedly. I think the battle for bronze really just out of picture. We're riding with Australia and then Brazil to the right. Between Ukraine and Great Britain, we'll see if Great Britain is able to get themselves onto the podium.
Yeah, the Australians, looks easy, doesn't it? The flow forwards, I mean, they're really into their third quarter now. And just have that poise on the way forward. Brazilians not quite as loose, not quite as fluid as they come out to the front of the stroke. Looks a little bit harder. There's the race for bronze. We saw the Brits over there. We're looking at them now going neck and neck with the Ukrainian crew. The British are 50 metres behind the leaders. The Ukrainians are 48 metres behind the leaders. So that means the British have got another 3 or 4 metres to catch up on Ukraine as we move into the final 500. Australia lead, Brazil 1 in second place. Let's wait and see Ukraine come through in third place, Great Britain in fourth place. The medalists will go to those 4 crews, Italy and Brazil 2, a little bit further back.
Yeah, you mentioned, Martin, the fluidity of the Australian combination. I think you really do see that just pick up the boat maybe a little bit quicker than Brazil up at the front.
Yeah, they do go in really well at the front ends. Credit to their coach, Chad King. Works with this double. There are Ukraine in third place and Great Britain tracking the Ukrainians. What have Sam Murray and Annabelle Caddick got in the last part of this race? Sam Murray come back to the boat after 5 years out. The management consultant, Annabelle Caddick from Multi Boat Club. And they are battling for the bronze medal. It is Australia, one of the most dominant displays we've seen today. Outside a guess of the Australian women's pair, Morrison and McIntyre, that was a similarly dominant display. Ukraine have now got the better of the British. It looks like they're going to take that bronze medal. Britain have got too much to do at this stage of the race. Australia, Brazil and Ukraine look the likely medalists, Colleen.
Yeah, they do, don't they? And the Australians have to feel pretty good, surely in tremendous pain. But look at the margin over the full field, building momentum throughout the entire race. They're 35 strokes per minute, a little bit longer than the rest of the field. They can afford that. So they will take the gold in the PR3 mixed double sculls, a time of 7:06. They've done it again.
They've broken the world's best time, which was 7:12, a new world's best time.
Oh, fantastic.
So Brazil finished in second place, Ukraine in third, Great Britain fourth. So unofficially they broke the world's best time at Gavirati. Last week they did 7:24. But Wardrone said that doesn't count, you've got to do it at the World Cup. Then they came and broke the world's best time, 7:12 at the World Cup, and now they broke it again. They've done it 3 times.
They said, fine, we'll do it not just once, but twice.
On this lake. They must love this lake.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I love this category, by the way. Many of these athletes, these names, we know from the PR3 mixed Cox 4, long program history at the Paralympic Games. And that's a replay of the start. Yeah, great effort from the Aussies there. The 36-year-old in the stroke seat, Alshvaga, Nikki Ayers, the 32-year-old in the bow. Ukraine able to hold off a charging Great Britain at the end. And a look there at the times. Gold for the Aussies, silver for Brazil won, with the bronze going to Ukraine.
Winners of the gold medal. Vincitori della medaglia d'oro. Australia! Australia represented by Australia. Nikki Ayers. Shed Alshvaga. Okay.